child home?
Background is very simple. We have given you the brochure where it has a lot of our history, a simple history. Basically, this home was the vision of my pastor, senior pastor. His name is Pastor Robert Pandyan. His vision, that means he started under the church, and his mission was to have a home under the church to help the poor community. That is basically the initial stage. Then after that, he formed the committee, and I was given the task to run the show. That's how we started.
How long is this home already established?
We have 13 years now.
13 years.
Yes, 13 years.
And we are established in how many different states?
We have one home in Ipoh. We had one in Klang and two in PJ. And the Klang home we had to close down because of fundings and staffing. Because mostly homes will have difficulty in getting manpower. Because it's a different job altogether. It needs a lot of sacrifice. You must sacrificially do this job. You can't compare this with commercial salary scales and all that. See? So you must have a love, you must have a calling, only then you can work. So most homes will have this challenge of starving.
Sir, then can I ask you that is this home sponsored by the government, or is it a public sponsored home?
This is basically public supported home.
There's no revenue from government.
Government has its own grant for people. But you want, you can apply. Then they have their own conditions, how the loans and the grant should be used and all that. If you fulfill that, it should be okay. But basically, our home is run by public funds.
Can I know if any specific issues that are bothering and causing to this home?
Generally, running a home, I think most of them will agree or admit is that running a home, you need funds. If the cash flow or fund flow is always there, then people who are running the home like us, it will be easy for us to maintain. Okay? Because as you know, every year cost of living is accelerating. Rental can go up. Even electricity bill tariffs go up. Okay? So we need money to continue the journey. Basically, we are purely charitable home. That means we don't charge any money from the single mothers or children who are here. So we need funds continuously to keep going.
Can we understand what is the problem that is faced by these children in this home?
No, these children come here with a problem. They don't come here and face problem.
We want to find a problem behind the reason.
I know what you mean. See, as I said earlier, basically this is a social problem we have in Malaysia. Okay, in the sense the broken families, single mothers, abandoned children, okay, abused children. All these are common social problem we do have. So these children are from that background, like parents broken, husband and wife divorced, single mothers, they can't maintain children, very poor community, really tough in maintaining a family. So they have to look for some alternative. They can't even send the child to a babysitting, very expensive. They can't send the child for even the daycare center, they can't afford it. Especially in the case of single mothers. They have to work somewhere, and by the time they come back home, 7 or 8 o'clock, nobody's take care of the child. The children are running around everywhere. Neighbors also cannot disturb them. And then they say, oh, you don't disturb my child and all that. So as a result, they have to look for alternative safekeeping of the child. So that's how the children are here. So our objective of our home is not to keep the children forever. So if you see our objective in the brochure, we have to reconcile the child back to the mother or the family.
Or you mean that the objective of this child home is to reunite,
help them, help them, educate them, give them food, give them shelter, and eventually when they come of age, after they form 5, we want the children to go back to the mother. And for your information, we have 5 of them in college, 2 of them already graduated, they are already working. You see? So these children, when they go back to the mother, it is an additional asset for them. Okay. And number 1, I got 2 children already graduated from Mount Fort Boys Home, they are already working. So all these things are That's what our contribution towards the community.
Can I know how many of them are here in this home?
Currently, I have 30 children, 30 and 30,
Yeah.
and I have 14 here, and I have parents in Ipoh. So we have another home in Ipoh, as I say. So the parents are in Ipoh. But Ipoh, the cost of living, I don't know whether the cost of living is cheap, but the rental and all that are cheap there. So Ipoh, so that's there my pastor come from.
So do all these 30 students or children, they get their parents to visit them once in a while?
Yeah. Our policy is every week the single mothers or whoever the mothers are, they must call and speak to the child. And 2, every month once they must visit the child. See, because we want the rapport and the relationship to be maintained. We want them to be broken, so that at the end of the day, when we reconcile the child with the mother, we still want the children to love the mother. Otherwise, the relationship is broken.
If there's one thing the public can do about this, what can we do about this problem to stop these issues from occurring?
This is actually, as I said, there's a social problem. That means this all boils down to one thing: is family unit. Family unit. Where does the children come from? They come from a family, man. Yes, no. So we will ask the parents to be more concerned about the children rather than they breaking it up. You see, when they don't agree with each other, they can break up, and then the children are left out. Nobody bothers about the children. So, our country or our people are not very rich to take care. See, even a single mother, if she's going out, if she's a professional, very good, she can work and she can support a child. But not everybody is like that now. So they need support, public support. That's why we have this problem. So I emphasize that family units now. People must really concern about their families and children.
Can you give us maybe a way that we can tell people about how to stop this problem? Maybe a way to let this problem be lesser.
Okay, I always talk to young people like you. You see that today, wherever you go, every home you go and visit the children, so particularly, our next serious matter is our old age parents. They're all in homes.
Yeah.
Okay. Similar question to be raised: why they are there? And you can ask the question: why the children are in the children's home now in the first place? What is your problem? That's why we are sharing. So this problem starts from the home. If the parents are not concerned about the children's welfare, they only concerned about their own individual welfare, then these things will keep on going, keep on coming, and you can stop it. So every parent, every family in the first place, they must love them. They must love their family first. So like you, now I spoke you now, you have a family. If your parents are not united, you are finished. Then you will have a big tussle, where to go, where to stay. If your family, other family members like your father's parents, grandparents, or uncles support you, then you can save. They also, nobody want to support you, then where do you land? Basically, it's the family. We will emphasize that families should give their importance, priority to the children and the family unity.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Christopher.
You're welcome.
Okay.
God bless you all.
Thank you.